Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. You don't actually finish the block animation, then they just hit. So this becomes a problem if you use big heavy weapons, because especially if you go and find Ruka, she's in Squin, you can find her. She's the Shek who has shaved horns. She's basically a free character. So if you're using a heavy weapon and you don't meet the strength requirements, depending on how low your strength is compared to the requirements, you can get down to 50% speed. What this means is that one, swinging your weapon, like all animations with the sword will be at 50% speed, but any hits that you do with the sword, with the heavy weapon, they'll still do normal damage. They'll still do full damage. But you'll take tons and tons of hits because your character's going to do the block and then they get hit. And then they're going to do the block and then they get hit. And then they're going to do the block and then they get hit. And then their turn and initiative essentially comes up and they do their big swing and everybody gets their blocks off. So now there's only a chance to hit them because all of their defend animations all finished. If that makes any sense. So animations can be really important. So where is this really important? If you're using a big sword, if you're using a weapon that requires a lot of strength to use, I think you can find the specifics on the wiki. So if you meet all the requirements, as you start taking damage, you may no longer meet all the requirements, if that makes any sense. It can get to one of those situations where you were just barely able to use the weapon, and then you took one hit, and now you're slower than everybody else. So like Ruka in Squin, she starts with a plank, I think it is. But if you have her use that plank, she's absolutely worthless in combat. So the best thing to do is just have her ditch it and then like give her a katana or something or a mace. Because otherwise she will be absolutely useless in combat. If that makes any sense. So crossbows also tend to be very popular. Keep in mind that crossbows you can't target anybody who has diplomatic immunity with crossbows. Just the game doesn't let you do it. But we are nearing nighttime, which I like. Gives me the opportunity. Where are we going? What are we doing? Engineer. Oh, we have iron plates, so we're going to make those. Okay. I want to show you how to steal. Stealing's super useful. Okay, now what are we doing? Operating a machine. Alright, let's drop all this stuff off. Let's pick up one more of those. Okay, and now let's... Okay. Oh, no mats. Yeah, whatever, they're fine. Okay, so... let's make our way over here, I guess. So the game can be really fun, and you can make a ton of money on blueprints if you do a lot of stealing. Keep in mind that if you steal something and you get caught, not only will you probably be thrown in prison, but if you can't get away, but that shop will never sell to you again, to any of your characters. So if you get caught stealing by a shop owner, they will never sell to they will never sell to your faction ever again. So be aware of that. Don't steal from shops you'd like to continue to buy things from. Otherwise you're gonna have problems. Who are those guys? Oh well. But yeah, the game can work out really nicely. It can be a lot of fun. But let's go steal stuff, because stealing tends to be very profitable. But alright, off we go. So do you know what races you want to play? Do you think... Do you want to play as like a Greenland? Do you want to play as a human or a hiver, skeleton, shack? Any ideas? Any of them can work just fine, by the way. Also, if you go to Mongrel over in the Fog Islands, there's a character you can just get for free. His name is Beep. He's the one everybody likes. Oh, nice. So if you decide to settle in the Holy Nations, you'll have this thing called Prayer Day. And you have to have a Greenlander, a male Greenlander specifically, because the Holy Nation is both racist and sexist. You have to have a male Greenlander come and talk to them for Prayer Day once a week, and that's all they care about. They will ask for any shack and any hivers that you have. Don't have skeletons if you decide that you want to hang out in the Holy Nation territory, because they hate skeletons. They believe they're like the incarnation of evil. But yeah. Don't use skeletons if you want to be in the Holy Nations. Alright, let's head over here. And Greenlanders are just fine. They don't have any malices, I don't think. They only have bonuses, so... I'm playing as a Scorchlander right now. They have bonuses to weapon crafting, stealth, dex, some things that are nice. Alright, let's go steal. So over here last time. I don't think he has any new blueprints. Love and devotion, brother. Yes, love and devotion. Now give me your stuff. Alright, so we are currently green, so we can just pick the lock. Ah, we're currently blue, actually. I have Greenlanders on the brain, evidently. So then once we pick the lock, we can sneak in. It doesn't look like he's awake. He is here, though, so we can look at him. We have a 52% chance to knock him out. But if we do that and we fail, he will call the guards. Alright, so none of that's particularly great. At least for me, you can use it. But I have a rule where... well, I could use it because I'm stealing it instead of buying it. But so the rule that I'm going with right now is I can't use any gear that I don't loot or steal. So no armor and no weapons. Everything else is fine. And blueprints. So this one sells for 439, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So we're going to go over there and just steal those. If we wanted to, we could look for these and look for any high grades. So this high grade sells for about 1,000, nearly 1,000, 400, 400. So these could work nicely for us. But it can be incredibly profitable. Now I want to... get that there and this one over here, that's fine. Now I can take these if I want to sell them, probably. Since I'm stealing them, I could use them. It's not necessarily in the spirit of the challenge I'm doing, so I'm not going to take them. Let's open this. Again, nothing that I'm too worried about. By the way, you can always click on something, it'll say town, Blister Hill, and then like empty. So you can quickly tell if it's something that you would care about. Well, we filled out a 90%er. But by the way, if you get caught, if you get arrested, then all of your stolen goods will be taken from you. Let's close his door. Let's see who else we can canvas for stuff. This seems nice. It's an armorer, hey? Nice. So our stealth is really high. And so pieces of equipment, by the way, can have bonuses or malices to certain things. So if I put this one on, my stealth goes down by 40%. Well, it gets multiplied by 40%, so it becomes 40% of whatever my stealth was. Over here, combat speed effect. Certain items or weapons will have slower combat speed effects, so you can use this multiplier to counteract other multipliers. So if there's a weapon or helmet or armor or something that has slower combat speed effect, you can offset that. Okay, cool. It doesn't look like anyone's looking at us, so let's go ahead and pick the lock. Let's close the door, and let's see what we can get our hands on. It's not empty. Well, it is empty. So stuff that is not in a container that's just laying around, if I remember correctly, as long as nobody sees you, you can just take it. Let's make sure you're sneaking when you do it. Okay, nice. There's also 3 different sets of like shirt pieces. So there are shirts that, like this one, that only cover, that has no armor coverage, but attack damage effect, nice. But there are some that have layers of armor to them, and they have different coverages. So there's like a vest which only covers the chest. There's like a shirt which covers the chest and some of the arms, and then there's a turtleneck which covers like all of the chest. I think maybe some of the head, but the arms as well. And that's the best one to have. So there's the version of that is made of leather, the darkened leather. I think it's like dark leather or something. There's the chainmail version, rusted chainmail, and then there's the blackened chainmail version as well that can allow you to that can basically give you the most protection possible. So that can be really useful. Okay, what do we have? Kind of lean armor place. These guys are wearing samurai armor, by the way. Looks like mercenary plate with samurai leggings. Samurai armor plates. And not worth it. How about these? Empty, empty. So shop owners, their stores will have stuff randomized, I think. And their shops will be randomized. Ooh, hit the mother load. Oh, well, chainmail gray. So this, I don't think the gray is in the base game. But chainmail, rusty chainmail. So this one, yeah, covers the stomach, chest, right arm, and left arm. So that one's nice. We have a chain shirt. It covers the chest and the stomach, but only some of the arms. With a leather turtlenecks, actually. So this one's like the leather version of a chainmail. So those are nice. I have some mods, so there's some extra things. But let's steal a bunch of crap. That is prototype, that's crap, 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 crap. Oh, okay. Very nice. Okay, and okay. Very nice. Lots of stuff to sell. Not to wear, just to sell. But all right, with that horde, I think I'm going to sneak out of here since we move relatively slowly right now. Getting caught right now could be not disastrous for us, but you know, not optimal. We could, yeah, let's just head back. See you later, dude. Didn't even notice this. Alright. Let's just run normal speed. Zoom, zoom. Alright, what's the heaviest? 6, 6, 3. Okay, that should be fine. Oh. Alright. Let's make our way up to World's End. Ooh, alright. Alright, to Squin. How much money do you have with that start? I actually don't know. Yeah, it should be tons of fun. So it's a Nodachi, right? I mean, Nodachis are really nice. They're sort of like the better of the katanas that still function like a katana. There's the topper, which is sort of like a really heavy-ended katana that has less penalties for being a katana. But because it only scales with one attribute, dex, it tends to do less. So katanas are nice in that they have this like double strike that they can do sometimes. And Nodachis, they're really long, so you can hit multiple people at once. But I think even with the double strike, it's not quite as powerful as it needs to be to really offset everything. But it does the job. Like, you can definitely beat the game using katanas. So there's nothing to worry about there. It'll be a little harder though. Alright, let's sell all this gear. So we aren't breaking our own rules. Welcome, customer. Alright, and now we can also sell all these, so we can easily make some cash on that. So yeah. Alright. So, oh, by the way, so when you are at a shop, by the way, let's say we sell something. So here, sell value is 302. So if we then buy that back, you see where it says buyback? It's at full, we get exactly the amount we sold it for back. So we don't lose anything. Now if you close the shop though, then it loses that buyback. You're just SOL. If you hold Alt, you can highlight things. So we know there's a travel shop / tech place over there. Same here. Alright. Ooh, nice. Lots of iron plates. Get some fabrics. That's good, I guess. Get lots of those. I like it. Advanced outposts. Random furniture. Basic furniture. Got it. We have a decent amount of building supplies, so go with that. Hey, that works. I think that's everything I could need. Not too worried about food right now. Cacti. So you need 10 of a... So if you wanted to make a farm, you would need 2 for the research. So 2 of the thing you want to farm for the research, and then 10 to start the smallest farm possible. If you're interested in that stuff. Yeah, that's always pretty good when the bandits try to rob the slave mongers. It's like, what did they think was going to happen? All right. More technology. Love it. He doesn't have any plates, though. That's fine. Alright, so... I'm not going to buy anything. I just want to look at things. So yeah, I think the Holy Sword starts with the Nodachi. But it's a nicer one. Oh, short cleavers. So, I think the best late game weapon in the game is probably going to be hackers. Well, depending on what you consider late game. So and I mean, like, you can start with hackers very early. The combat cleaver has the highest, it has pretty high damage, and it doesn't have any malices or bonuses to using it. The short cleavers can be used pretty. They're like the one-handed versions of hackers. So if you decided you wanted to use lots of crossbows, you could have crossbows, but then like short cleavers. If you wanted to do that. So why are hacker class weapons the best weapons in the game? Overall, I think. Well, there aren't any other ones here, but generally, if you use combat cleavers, they tend to be pretty good. As I said, they don't have any bonuses or malices, but they do like an extra 20 to 30% against skeletons, and they have like 30% armor penetration. So late game enemies, the late game enemy is the Ashlands, essentially. That's the very end of the game. You'll be fighting lots of skeletons, you'll be fighting lots of robots. And in a different area, there's another group of skeletons that will also attack you for other reasons. But yeah, it's just really good for the late game. Now, and it's okay for the rest of the game. So, also pole arms are really nice throughout the entire game, so long as you're fighting outside. And the reason for that is pole arms have these big sweeps that they like to do, and those can hit multiple enemies. So you can, and they do extra damage to animals as well if you want to hunt animals. They also have high armor penetration, so they can do really well at being one of your main weapons and taking out enemies. So when you do combat, whoever's in reach of the enemy first gets to do their attack first. So it means that when you have a bunch of dudes with pole arms, they now all get to initiate the attack. They all now get to initiate combat before the other people do. So they're going to do, overall, they'll do more damage. Plus animals in the game, they are kind of interesting compared to humanoids. So animals in Kenshi, they flat out ignore like how many times they're supposed to attack. Well, they don't flat out ignore it. So in Kenshi, animals have AoE on all of their attacks, and I think they get to attack twice for every attack a person gets. I think that's how it works in the base game. So what this means is that you can have animals that will be able to attack, and they'll hit like everyone in front of them, and then they'll get to attack again and hit everyone in front of them again. And animals, when they get older, can do a lot of damage. Like maxed out, like elder bone dogs hit as hard as like a top tier weapon, or at least they can. So it's kind of interesting. They just have no armor and they have no chance of dodging. So animals are kind of just, they will either kill somebody essentially with Alpha Strike, hitting them, all that initial burst damage, or the animal will just get like cut to pieces. There isn't really a whole lot of in between. So if you're curious about which pole arms to use, I recommend just pole arms. The reason for this is they scale about equally with strength and dex. The heavy pole arms, oddly enough, scale more with dex than with strength, which is fine. Most armor in the game reduces your dexterity. Well, most heavier armor does. We have some heavy weapons that we can look at here. So planks can be okay. So it has, I think a rule of thumb people came up with was like you take the weight and you multiply it by like 2 or 4, something like that. So planks, you would need probably, if we go with the times 2, you would need at least 14 strength to swing them at full speed, at least at this level. Keep in mind that as they go up, their weight also goes up as they go up in value. Well, as they go up in like weapon grade. So this one's like garbage, essentially. So it's mid-grade salvage, so it has a weight requirement of 7. So you need like 14 strength to swing that around. This one, this MK3, requires 28 strength. No, it weighs 28, so you need 50 or 56 strength to use it at full speed. Nice, eh? So so what this means is that like for training up new recruits, you'll literally want to have just crappier versions of a weapon on hand, just so they can use it. Because if you give somebody if you give a new recruit like a top tier plank, they just won't be able to use it at all. If that makes any sense. Let's see. So the easiest bolt that you can make is a toothpick. And we go over here and we look at these. So we have toothpicks. The real difference here is they think about toothpicks as a machine gun, but also think of it as a machine gun that barely does any damage. Its real value is that it causes enemies to stagger, so that other people can get hits in on. So while an enemy is staggering, they dodge attacks instead of blocking them, even if they have a sword or if they have a melee weapon equipped. So what that means is that if you have like one guy who's your big heavy weapon person, and you know his strength is too low to use his weapon, but you have a bunch of people with toothpicks, they could stun lock this guy's enemies so that he could then hit them and, you know, take them out. So there is that. The general... So there are ways to think about how to use ranged weapons if you intend to use ranged weapons. Think about spring bats as like a shotgun with a slug round in it. So you're just shooting like that goes through most armor, by the way, or it can. Most lower armors in reality. So if someone's has Kevlar and you shoot them with a slug shotgun round, it's probably just going through the Kevlar. So at least I guess it does. I'm assuming it does. But spring bats, think about those as like shotguns, as like armor piercing shotguns. They have short range, they do a lot of damage when they hit, and they have high armor penetration, I think. Well, they just do a lot of damage. There's no like special armor penetration on it. So they do a lot of damage, like 52 to 80 damage. That's just gonna go through an armor's harpoon resistance, quote unquote, which is what crossbows are reduced by. The more general use crossbows are going to be your rangers and your old world Mark I crossbows. So those will be your standard use. I think they both use regulars, which are these, and those are just fine. Then you have your sniper rifles, or like anti-material rifles, which are your Eagle's Crosses. These will just flat out one-shot people. Like this does 108 damage. If you get something better than high, it can do even more damage. So now, unfortunately, what this also means is that if you give it to somebody who has low precision shooting, they'll shoot your people in the back by accident. And so let's say you have a hybrid prince where all of their body parts have 80 as their health instead of 100 like a Greenlander. If he's at like 10% limb, like chest health, and then he gets shot in the chest with an eagle cross and it does 100 damage, dead. There's nothing you can do about it. So what I typically recommend, and this goes up per person shot, if I understand correctly, per friendly fire instance. So when people are relatively low on their perception and their crossbows or their turrets, I recommend you just have them use toothpicks, because that's going to shoot your dude. It's going to shoot your friends for like 14 damage, and if they're in the front, they probably are using heavy armor, which likely has higher harpoon resistance, so they'll take less damage from the crossbow, unlike, I don't know, martial artist or something. But talking about martial artists, so you can be a martial artist if you want. They tend to be absolute hot garbage at the beginning of the game, but once you've got toughness to like 90 and strength and to like 90, and I guess dex a little high so that they can attack faster. I think it affects dex. And you have your martial arts really high, then, but we're talking like everything in like, I don't know, the 50s or the 80s. Then they are amazingly dangerous, like horrendously dangerous. They're kind of like glass cannons. Oh, also dodge, because otherwise they just take too many hits and die. But they can turn into just absolute killing machines. But you have to get them to the point where they can actually do that, which, unless you're playing on like 10 times experience or something, is going to take a really long time. And I mean a really, really long time. Anyway, well, that helps. You have any questions? Alright, well, I'm sure you'll let me know in chat if you do. But, oh, not at the end. Not ATM. Alright. So go ahead and, I am on Twitter, but it's not really much. You can go leave me questions in YouTube. That's just same name, Fen Muir. Same avatar icon as well. So you can leave me questions there, and I'll get back to you. Oh, one... Oh, you got arrested, did ya? Very nice. So, here's one thing I highly recommend. You can get your lockpicking up just by like lockpicking your cell and then just getting into a different cell and lockpicking that one. I don't necessarily recommend it with Squin, but you can like literally just get out and attack the guards, and they will put you on the ground. But you'll get a lot of toughness and, you know, weapon block out of it if you have a weapon. The only problem is they're using heavy weapons and they're strong enough to use them, so your limbs kind of go. So, you know, not great there. No. Yeah, they can chop up your limbs super easily. Alright, so we can make these now. Yeah, the trading weapons, they do literally no damage. I love it. Let's see. Iron club. So I need to find a blueprint somewhere that lets me make hackers. And that should work. Also, can I put these in here? There. Yeah. Nice. Let's put those in there. Okay, that all works. So if you make an armor storage, characters will just automatically ditch stuff in armor storage, which can be nice. It also means that they'll just automatically put any armor that's in their equipment back into armor storage. Alright, so we have an example of like farming and to get money. So we have the tackle mask, the standard one, it sells for 175. The high grade one sells for 391 though. So the higher your skill gets, the more likely you will be to get high grade and higher. So our armor smithing is 95. Where are we going? Oh, we're going to go operate the well. Oh, which we can now make automatic. Upgrade. Need building materials and plates. Well, luckily we can do that. So we need building materials and plates. I guess that's good enough. That should do the job. Do it. Alright. Alright, there we go. Everything seems to be on again. Yeah, nice. So the tier 2 wells, they automatically pump water out of the ground as long as they have power. So as you can see, it has no power at the moment. Because we have no wind. Power output. Strange. Maybe we just need to put it closer. Power, wind generator. That there. Maybe that'll be enough. I need 5 copper ore though. So, use. Then we can get this done and see what we can do from there. Who are you guys? The tech hunters. Very nice. Okay, take us a hot second. Get that done. Let's add a light over here. Okay, nice. Let's operate this machine and also let's see. Farming. Well, no. I don't want the well. Storage? Technology. Utility belts. Miner belts for their resistance. Beds, that could be useful. Combat belts. Medium protection. Minor protection. Yeah, dude, like, one thing to keep in mind, though, with the Dust Bandits is they do cut damage, and that means you can bleed to death pretty quickly. So, just be aware of that. Once you get to where you can run at about 20 miles per hour, you can outrun the Fogmen. So, what I usually do, I'm avoiding doing it this time, is I usually just run to Mongrel. So you can get to Mongrel. You're in Squint, so you can get to Mongrel by going northeast into the vein. There are big things there, so be careful. And then you can move north through Dreg. Make an acid rain there, just be aware. And then from there, you can go basically here straight to Mongrel, going through these what are called death yards, and go to the side entrance into Mongrel. And then you can just beat up, try to kill Fogmen, don't get eaten. If they knock you out, they'll put you on a pole, and then their princes will come and eat you. So you have to, like, escape on the pole. You have to pick your lock, and then hopefully be able to escape before they get there. Before the Fog Princes and Fog Warriors get there and, well, decide you're tasty. But that's another place you can get... They only use blunt weapons. The Princes use... they use katanas. But all the regular Fogmen and the Fogmen Warriors, I think they all use blunt-only weapons. So, that's one thing you can do if you want somebody relatively safe and potentially really profitable to fight. But yeah. Oh, good. I need these. Let's go work on that. Also, you can go up to the Dust King if you want to fight the Dust Bandits. I think his tower is... I think his tower is around here-ish. If you're interested in that, you can go fight him. If you manage to beat him, he also has some people who will join your party. Well, a person who will join your party for free. What are we doing? Oh, need more iron plates. We have more iron plates. And that will power our well. I hope. Otherwise you have to move it. Where's the well? Over here. No power. Power. What do you mean no power? I purposely built something closer to you. Fine. Dismantle it. Alright then. So we need to build some tier 2 wells. A bit closer though. So that is farming well. Starts off as tier 2. That was the closest I could get to 80%. I mean, I could just build 5 wells. I could just build 5 wells. Alright, we can try to build the well there. Let's see if that one works. Alright, turn up his job so he just stands there. It's like we're playing Diablo again. Diablo 2. Everyone started using like auto pickup bots. Well, hopefully this one will be close enough for us to power. Oh, right, it is. That's good. That means now we get basically just infinite water out of it. Which is great. Road distillation. Cacti, rice weed, cooking. I don't want any of that. What I want is a place to store water. I guess we don't have it yet. Oh well, it is what it is. I don't necessarily need it either. Go on, food cubes. Okay, well, you know, that works. Oh, we don't have any... Ew. We have plenty of that, so go here. That should be alright. But alright, we have lots of research, so let's start moving up in tier. Medium building shells can be really useful. Let's go to tier 3. Let's go here, let's reorganize those. Ooh. And yeah, everything can work great here. Alright, so we're just researching some tech right now. Alrighty. So hopefully soon we will have all the tech we need. Everything should work fine. Just getting water. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, with the wells automated, it's definitely really nice. Because you don't have to go out there and do that by hand. And the plants actually slowly grow. Yeah, in real time. Oh, good to hear. So, what can we build now? Heavy building foundations, utility belts, combat belt. That's all great. Let's make sure we take all this out first. And then let's try upgrading this. So we need 10 plates. Well, we can get those 10 plates pretty easily. Alright, very nice. Take care of that, and then we get a research bonus because it's slightly higher, because it's bigger and better. So if you have lots of people, by the way, one thing that I always like to do is to just build a bunch of like small research benches, and then all of my non-scientists could just dump all of their free time into. Oh, nice. And just dump all of their free time into doing research. So that's always nice. Put all these back. Alright, and now we can select newer technology. Newer technology. Belt of the Assassin. Robotics, that's really good. Composite runners, what is that? Oh, increase all power by a little bit more. Well. 6 skeleton repair beds, that's nice. Batteries, electrical crafting. Wind generation theory. Cooking, sake, baking. Huh. Industry? Rain collector. Can be useful to us, but since we have automated wells now, we don't really need it. Storage boxes, storage stones, building materials, farming. Ah, there it is. Okay. Crossbow bullets, weapon melting, heavy weapons. Yeah, sure, I guess. Mercenary club. Splints. Yeah, this can be really useful as well. Blades armor crafting. Well, wow. Alright. Hive armor. I think that's in a mod, by the way. It's a weapon grade, so we can get even better. Okay, yeah, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, I think I have to find blueprints for different weapons, though. Which, in a way, kind of annoying. I would like to be able to just... I would like to be able to research everything in the game without having to find blueprints, but it is what it is. Alright, iron plates 3, so we can do that faster. Howard Stone Refinery. Ore drill. That could be nice. I guess we'll go with storage boxes. We won't be using crossbows all that much. But you know, might as well just research everything at this point. Storage box crafting, all that. Ah, oh, okay. For a moment I thought the game crashed. Okay, so we're probably out of books, right? Yeah. Alright, sounds good. But alright, I think we're doing alright. Quickly learning stuff. Quickly making things. And this is nice because it's already filled up with water. So, that's good. When this finishes, we can probably add in more cotton farms and then make a ton of money that way. Just lots of fabrics. Now what can we craft? So weaponsmith, make a lot of these training weapons. Make a iron club. Mercenary club. Yeah, I think that's the one that does split damage, does blunt and cut. Oh, spiked club. Armor penetration 30, armor penetration 30, extra damage to robots. So the mercenary club is probably better. Late game, it's probably better. Early game, the spiked club is probably just fine. Blood losses times 2, blood losses. Yeah, so if you want the spiked club is good for putting people on the ground. But the mercenary club is better against robots late game. But alright. Well, it does look like that's all the time I have for this streaming session. So I'll catch you guys next time. Again, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and share the video with whoever you think would like it. If you're on the stream, hey, like, follow, who knows? Hopefully we'll hear from you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. But I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Alright, and we are once again back. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So last time we were making some stuff. We got some dudes hanging out near our base. We got this guy, Rain. By the way, don't ever do this. Rain has a strength. Oh, well, no, he could probably use it. He's probably fine. Yeah, we're probably fine. Just, continue to work on that. We can just open this up. They can come on in. Come on in, guys. It's nice in here. Then we will collect all of our cotton, make more stuff, and hopefully everything will work out great for us. The Iron Plates 3 is done. What does that mean? We're going to upgrade this. Requires more power. We have lots of power. Requires iron plates, though. How many iron plates do we have? Also, what do we have today in terms of stuff? Okay, well, the internet seems to have stabilized. That's good. So what do we have? Looks like we've made, like we can build bigger homes now. No, well, never mind. I stand corrected. Isn't like bigger buildings or something? Alright, sounds fantastic. Well, okay, let's see. Oh, yes. Actually, something about some crazy person. Alright, well, we need to probably go out and hunt some animals, get some leather, so we can make some leather armor. We're also going to need to be able to make medium building shells, so we'll need more books for that, so we can get A and L house. And that could be nice. Or bug house, extra height. Okay, weapons grade 2 is done. Doesn't look like there's any problems coming our way right now. By problems, I mean lots of potential things. Anything that eats our corn, all that good stuff. What are you guys? Tech hunters. Sounds good. The shopping visit has arrived at your outpost. Really? Well, I don't see anyone. Oh, maybe these guys are it. Hello, gents. Yeah? Nothing? What about you? Interested in buying things, Drifter? What do you got? Oh, he's interested in buying things. Well, I appreciate that. But I don't need anything from him right now. Alright, so in the meantime, doesn't look like anything's on the way. So I actually want to show something to the people, I suppose. And that is this. So what we have here is the sort of the damage chart when you apply armor to humanoids and robots, armor piercing. So what this is showing is effective armor defense, I suppose, instead of like actual. So it's showing the effective armor, like damage after if somebody's wearing at least enough armor to get full effect of the damage. So somebody has at least, say, 30% damage reduction from their armor. So 30% cut and 30% blunt. So that's factored in here already. And what this all does is, I'm going to swap back so I can make sure my cotton isn't going to get eaten by something.